on a call.
Yeah, cool. Sweet. What up, everyone? Yeah, Warner and Corey will be here soon. We know it's only G Body and I will hold down the fort, right? We'll hold down the fort. We'll do our best. Right? Big shoes to fill and such. You guys should check out the President's Day sourcing video I posted today. One, the thumbnail's fire. Did you see it, Garrett?
With the American flag and the USA.
Ain't shit, no lame shit, boy. Yeah. Right. And so that, and then we also have the free masterclass going down this Wednesday too, which can be pretty fire as well, that you guys should definitely consider checking out too.
The way I see it, if I'm the only one waiting out 50,000+ for the stream to start, then I win the chat. It's one way to put it.
What did my voice say?
If I'm the only one waiting out of 50,000+ subs for the stream, then I win the chat.
That is true. That is true. That's a very good point there. What up?
What up? How are we doing, y'all?
What's up? What's up? Oh, the Celeramp thing grew again.
Low key.
Well, I mean, you can grow it and shrink it on command. Yeah. Is the mic sounding good? This is the first time I've used it.
Yeah.
Totally
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
How are we doing, y'all?
Life is good.
What up, Armand, Daniel?
Yeah, Corey Body said he'll be jumping on. He's just a little bit late today. We're not gonna knock him for it though.
What up, Manu?
Philly,
Bought some WWE tickets. That's fire. That's lit.
Money.
Fun.
Good work, Vince. Vince,
that's hitting.
That's what Logan's doing nowadays, isn't he?
Who?
Logan Paul.
But in between crypto schemes and
yeah.
Can I get you guys thoughts on Amazon's upcoming low inventory? We don't really know much about it. Once we know, we'll probably relay it on to you guys, but I'm sure more information will come out as
there's that. I saw this one really good post online today. I still got to read it though. But at the end of the day, like if you can't FaceTime another seller and immediately get fed leads, you're focused on the wrong issues. In that regard.
The customers always end up paying for these fees. What I would expect is everyone will be less profitable for the month after that fee goes into effect. They're like, oh crap, let me check my fees. Prices adjust. Everyone who's sourcing inventory in now is not accounting for it, but next month they will be. So there'll be a lag time, but it'll go back to normal. Like that's what always happens.
This is a super good question. Do you avoid sourcing products that are on the front page of retail sites? I mean, maybe if they're profitable, but almost nothing. Like very few things are just going to be profitable sitting there on the brand website or on XYZ site, right? And if it is, naturally, there's going to be more competition, right? In the start of the video I posted today, there's a list of 9 different ways you can make items cheaper compared to your competition. That's going to be the competitive advantage you want to know, right? It's not really where the item's coming from. It's all about what competitive advantages you can have over other sellers. That's what's going to make items profitable.
So, I mean, it's good to keep in mind, though, right? Because if that product on the front page is getting you is warranting a 12% margin, as opposed to something doing like 30-35%, you just have less room for error. And so Miles pointed out there's going to be more competition. And so I'd probably want to bake in a bit more. And again, Miles brings up a good point, right? The more complexities you have kind of manufacturing that margin, the better. If you're using no sales tax and a coupon and a gift card that many people aren't using, all these other things kind of hedge your bet, hedge your risk, and just create more of a barrier of entry for you guys.
Yeah, and then over time, you're just going to get better and better at locating products that have the traits you want to sell, whether that be knowing where to look or knowing just what types of products to look for, right? And how to get items cheaper, right? Like we talk about some really, really good sourcing sauce at the masterclass we got going on Wednesday that's free that you guys should all get registered for down below. And if you guys show up to that and take notes on that, that'll make a big difference in terms of that stuff. Chris, if you're on standby, you let us know. We might need.
We can't have the Zoom call though. Once you get to 5, it's too many.
Facts. Yes. Corey
did say it was coming
today though. Yeah. Corey did say it was coming.
Yeah, Corey got the boot.
Once we get 10 minutes, though, we'll be looking for a replacement. Corey's got a 10-minute buffer.
Okay, deal. All right. So
it's like the professor doesn't show up for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Everyone loved to talk about in school.
I always used to leave.
I think it was like 15, but also it's college, and so you can leave whenever you want. So like, I don't know why people were freaking out about that.
Okay, see, there's a lesson in there. Anthony says super helpful video you dropped today. Immediately coincides with made my first FBM sale last night. Sold my first within 20 minutes of posting it, and that's without a profile picture. Like that is an incredible feat right there. Attaboy, Sir Anthony.
Chris is ready. Chris is ready. Do we just pull that? Do we pull it?
I liked earlier somebody was DMing me like, yo, like what do I do to sell these faster? And like 5 minutes later, like, never mind, I sold 4.
Because every tweet gets you some street cred, right?
That's right.
In the Amazon space. And you probably went and called somewhere. It's like, yo, I got these products. And then every time the more you talk about it, the more you sell.
Compounds, then you get the Discord invite, then you get the Zoom call invite, then you get some sauce, then you give them some sauce, right? And y'all get richer and y'all work less and y'all have more fun.
Then you get the Jules private Discord invite, and then it's just all
key.
You found / made 35 profitable products. That's how you know they're winning, when they're calling it making profitable products.
Made, yeah.
In the last 2 weeks, manually sourcing, you feel exhausted. Your websites keep coming across the same items. Yeah, I mean, like, shift up how you're sourcing then. Like, mess with some Keep a Product Finder if you haven't done that yet. Start, like, I think it's important for anyone, whether you're an expert or just getting started, is like sourcing places you've never looked before on purpose and acknowledging that you're going to be terrible at it for a second, because you never know when your favorite source is going to start canceling, and that random site you checked out just because you were playing around a little bit, having some fun, experimenting, that turns into your new best source. Like, so go look at sites you've literally never looked at before. Maybe some stuff we've looked at in video or just random.
Well, the cool thing is SellerUp makes that super easy, right? You start with a good qualified product, interesting, moves well, stable. You map it back to Google, and you're automatically linked to 5, 15, 20 different sites, some of which you probably have heard, some of which you're probably thinking, they're kind of sketchy, and then some of which are going to be in between, right? Look at all of those. Obviously, you can use like Trustpilot or something like that to validate some of those weirder, low-key or sketchy sites, but all the while you're learning and just getting exposed to more information.
Yeah, and that's also, in general, just a major limiting belief, considering that this weekend's buy costs are far different than anything you've experienced if you've been doing this anything under 2 months. Just because the sales going on this week are it's the best couple of days of the year so far, sourcing wise, right? Just because it's kind of the first major nationwide holiday, I think, right?
I don't remember President's Day being this good last year. No, maybe it was, but like.
I learned.
I didn't even know President's Day was today until about today.
I learned when I started opening up websites. It's like, oh shit, everything's on sale. It's game time.
Yeah, you'd think Valentine's Day would be more lit, but yeah, that's why you guys got to make sure you're using SalesGazer, that you have a burner email, that you're talking to other sellers, so you can get plugged in on these different deals that are going on. So it's like that's such a major key.
For sure. What was it? I saw a supplier query. How to find profitable suppliers. So you don't necessarily find profitable suppliers. You find suppliers. Right, you can just use Google, 3 keywords, category, bulk, signifier, location. Right, so grocery, vendor, Philadelphia, grocery, wholesale, Philadelphia, grocery, supplier, Philadelphia. Interchange your words, and Google SEO will kind of trigger different things. With that alone, you're going to be exposed to hundreds, if not thousands, of companies within certain criteria, within certain niches. Reach out, call them all. That is 1,000 suppliers. Amazon arbitrage 20. That's a really good tweet.
Bro, ironically, though, President's Day isn't on here, but
yeah. Well, I mean, Valentine's I feel like was way better last year. They're shaking it up on us.
Yeah, so y'all screenshot this, and this will be kind of a good map. But honestly, I mean, you'll just get in a rhythm where it's like anytime like normal people are talking about holidays, like there's going to be OA deals going on, and your burner email address should be getting lit up by these places all the time.
And then to finish what I was saying, right, if you want to be really smart about it, qualify brands, right, as the data suggests on Amazon, reach out to the brand and ask them for referrals, right? So if I reach out to brand X, whether I get that account or not, that's one thing. But the follow-up, the secondary is, okay, maybe this isn't the time for us to, work together. Do you have recommendations where I can buy from one of your authorized distributors? And that's going to be a second best option. Again, maybe not the top of the supply chain, but you iterate down until you inevitably get a company account. And that's kind of the way I would do it.
Yep.
FC transfer normal. Yeah, everyone deals with FC transfer. That's just Amazon kind of like owning the logistics and kind of putting the customer experience at the
That's how they
forefront.
can get your stuff anywhere in 2 days.
Yeah, for real.
Yep. And then over time, you go deeper and deeper, right? Therefore, you end up even noticing FC transfer less and less too. And ideally, the long-term play for at least with OA should be East Coast Prep Center vibes. So that'll have sending to Charlotte, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania primarily. And those are really, really good FCs.
Grocery isn't just low return, it's no return, which makes grocery pretty cool.
Yeah. sometimes they'll find a way. Like I don't know how they return.
Yeah, I feel like if
random
it's like the grocery item is like in
Yeah.
health and household or something, if it's in the categorized differently.
It's like, it's not supposed to, like, it's super, super rare. It's like, bro.
Chris, get that voice ready. Calling the bullpen.
Facts. Yeah.
We got,
Calling the closer.
where's the 6th man of the year?
I'm sending him the email.
Are FBM boxes required to be blank, or can they have other markings on them? I've only ever sent blank. Can you send like the Walmart ones FBM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I know you
Not
can't
FBM,
do.
not FBM, not
You
FBM,
can't
not
use.
FBM.
Okay, not FBM. Yeah.
Well, that's
what I
the
thought.
problem is that they're unbranded, and then little at the
Yeah,
bottom it has
yeah.
like a Walmart.com. So you might get the really, really, really low IQ person who thinks it's from Walmart.
You definitely can't use Amazon boxes. I would do blank Uline boxes, because another thing you can do, like when you're buying your item, punch those dimensions like slightly bigger into Uline, and you can buy like the perfect size box, so you pay as little as possible in shipping.
Yeah.
Question. Oh, this is our Arkansas boy right here too.
Yeah.
Would grocery be a good entry point for a new seller? That I would actually say the opposite.
Yeah,
The
it's tough.
The unfortunate thing about grocery is that every brand you look at is pretty much someone's buying it wholesale, right? And so again, the good thing about Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Puma is that they're pretty hard to wholesale, right? The competition is pretty predominantly away, and so the only competition is someone that acquired that product at a cheaper price. However, with wholesale beauty or with grocery and beauty, your competition is people that are probably getting it significantly cheaper at bigger scale, so they can kind of shove you off the market. The other cool thing about clothing, shoes, apparel, is that it's just scales so nicely, right? You find one shoe, you find one size, you find one color. Chances are you'll find 3, 4, 5, 6 other ones that work similarly, right? You find the size 8 white Air Force One, well, then the 9, 10, 11 probably operate similarly. And so as a beginner, you find one good ASIN that probably links to a whole bunch more, and your catalog is just going to get super diversified super quick. Also, you're going to find a whole lot of information because every storefront on those listings is reverse sourceable, right? It's going to be a really, really good place to get good data and quick. And so I think that's probably why grocery clothing is a good starting point for newbies.
Yeah, that's the flip side of the high returns, like risky for
so
a new
many
seller,
products.
but it's just so much easier to find something as a new seller with clothes.
Right, you're working with grocery, you find one ASIN, and then that's it. Now you got to go find another ASIN, right? But with clothes, it scales so quickly.
And there's such a high chance that if it is profitable grocery with OA, it's probably from Walmart. So there's no coupon involved, no variation. So it's crazy easy to find from a price tagging perspective too.
Yep.
Now, if we're talking grocery outlet, retail arbitrage, fantastic idea. All my California people, fantastic idea there.
Or like, what's that grocery store that?
Ollie's.
Nah, the grocery store. Trader Joe's. That's probably a good one, right? Because it's not
regional.
You're going to Trader Joe's regardless, whether you're going to source product or not. You should be going to Trader Joe's.
Alyssa loves Trader Joe's, but yeah, it's like they have their private brand. It's not getting wholesale. So you know exactly where it's coming from, and you know exactly where to get it.
The man.
What up?
What's going on, fellas?
Damn, that's crazy. My boy Anthony already hip to Gio right there. Yes, sir. Yeah. Gang. Okay, here we go. Yeah, making it out the hood. You and Anthony should you guys should talk about some
we got our James Harden coming off the bench.
James Harden off the bench. That interesting. Okay. That's grocery. All right, damn, they're loving grocery out here. Oh, what up, Jonathan? Representing Northern California. Sharp Shop or anyone's shop there? Never heard of it.
It sounds like a fire regional grocery store with the old school receipt printer where you're going to make money.
Yeah. Spot on right there.
There's this little Russian grocery store down the street from me. Nobody speaks English, and all the prices are put on with one of those old school guns.
There you go.
Great for retail arbitrage. Yep.
Probably hard to get off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the ones where it's got like the slice in the middle. It makes it hard to take off, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're working for your money with that Scotty peeler there.
The man, the myth, the gem. Chris, how's life?
I mean, beautiful. Yeah.
That's it.
Florida sunshine, can't beat it, man.
Yeah, it's cold today though.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it was raining like crazy yesterday. It was raining like crazy yesterday. Like people who don't think in Florida think Florida's like very often. So that's why they cope and keep living in Illinois instead of moving. But it literally has happened 3 times since I moved here, and I remember the 3 times. The last one was in November.
Miles, we bought today.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Monday. Of course.
Get buckets. Get buckets.
Well, it depends who's on my squad. I had the ball in my hands last time because a lot of the typical Monday guys weren't there. I'll probably be a role player today, though, if I had to guess.
Warner, have you made your debut yet?
We haven't hooped yet.
Okay.
The build up.
Here we go. How do you factor in cash back or gift card discount into your overall cost of goods? Fantastic question. So cash back, I wouldn't factor it in. It's beautiful. It's just a little bit delayed. Gift card purchase, you do want to factor it in my opinion. And for anyone who's unfamiliar with how that works, look into Card Bear and Top Cashback and Gift Card Wiki as resources to find discounted gift cards. Like for example, Adidas.com is a fire sale right now. Say you can purchase a $100 Adidas gift card for $91. That $9 goes straight to your bottom line, and it's an instant discount that's guaranteed and such. So that's like a fire way to pay less than your competition.
Yeah, I mean, a good way to put it is anything that's a direct cash injection into your business, you should account for, right? Gift cards, direct cash injection, discounts, sales, all those are direct. Are those personals?
These are Precision 5s, man.
Yeah, the Precisions. Yeah, I was trying to remember the name, bro. Are those a return?
No. So I ordered them on Amazon for the banter, and the irony was they sent me them in a poly bag.
No box?
No, box in poly bag. But regardless, yeah.
I did that in the beginning. But yeah, finishing point. Cashback is more like an owner's pay, like an owner's bonus quarterly. If it comes, great. Either put in the business, get yourself something that in the business related. But it's just not guaranteed. How do you manage cash flow?
Carefully.
New. Yeah, because we're all a couple years removed from those issues mainly, but it's ideally setting aside money that you don't need to spend in your real life for the first 6 to 12 months minimum. In a perfect world, right? Over time, you're gonna kind of build a good muscle for knowing how fast the items you like to sell, right? And ideally, you do as much merchant fulfilled as possible if cash flow is ever an issue too.
Yeah, I'm in the beginning of that. You should expect to have to like transfer money from your debit to your business account.
You're going hard.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, here we go.
Ooh, we got the Zoom call set
up. We got
up
the all-in pod. Yeah, we got the all-in pod set up now. Yeah. That vibe's good.
What's up, guys?
I'm not David Sachs, am I?
No. So Garrett's J-Cal for sure. I'm Chamath.
Are we talking about the all-in guys?
Yeah, I can't remember who the David Sachs, and then who's the fourth guy?
Sway said the starting 5.
Yes. See, this is so beautiful, man. My boy Anthony's just getting started here. He's already tossing in the gift cards. That's a beautiful thing right there.
I'm using all debit card. You should just use. I mean, not saying you should use a credit card, but you're passing out cash back and rewards and all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah.
Corey, how's life today?
Good, man.
Yeah, that didn't sound super confident.
You sounded like you had a vent all through or a VA quit or like.
No, I had an echo coming in. I was late because I was actually signing documents to buy a house, so that's why I was running late. I was in.
Get some W's in here, boys and girls.
I was sitting with the realtor for 3 hours straight. I was like, guys, I have a call at 5. I got to leave by 4:30. They're, it won't take long. Here we are. So
it always takes too long.
Dude, it was insane.
In Florida?
No, not in Florida. I was waiting for that to be the follow-up question.
Where, in North Carolina?
In Charlotte, yeah.
You're just volunteering to give 5% away. Just volunteering.
And
giving away a lot more than
Carolina. And 4 months of happiness, too.
Can always go back and forth.
Best starter business credit cards to get. Fantastic question. So, best cash back credit card purely for benefits. And big limits is going to be the Capital One Spark 2%. The best for cash flow management is going to be the Amex Plum card. And then the best beginner card, at least in my opinion, is the Amex Business Blue Plus one. And then the real Chad card is the Chasing Premier, but they don't really give big limits. You get 2.5% above $5,000 and such and everything, but probably Amex Blue for most.
I just got that one. Sick.
That card's awesome. Yeah. I've been stuck at a pretty low limit for the longest time, but I checked randomly the other day because we literally never use it because our limit's so low. And they just randomly upped our limit. They almost doubled it. They raised it from like 13K to almost 30K. Yeah. So
they blessed me with 70 off the bat.
Damn, that's a big body bend.
Yeah.
So someone was saying, I wonder, it might have been you. I bank with them personally. No, it wasn't.
Sure that helps.
I don't think so.
Yeah, someone was saying that makes like a big difference. I don't know.
Yeah, I bank with them personally, and they gave me 40 bands on the personal card.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. I've heard that with US Bank. I know for sure.
Yeah, they gave 25. I haven't even written it up over like 5, and they were like, oh, 25,000 on the personal.
Corey, how many copies of your book do I have to buy to get you to #1 in business?
I think it's going to take a lot more than anybody's willing to buy. Let's put it that way. But we peaked at Chris. We peaked at like what 1.9K in books, I think, on the first day.
That's awesome.
And I do have the screenshot. I do have the screenshot of Cardone at number 7 or something as the bestseller in the subcategory. We're like
that's
number
good
9.
that's good for a
I saw that one.
And then we had another screenshot where we were outselling Patrick Bet David in another subcategory, so that was cool as well. But
those are good for a couple good thread hooks.
Yeah, for sure. And then you're gonna get the trolls who are like, "Oh, you didn't sell more than Cardone, bro." It's like, all right, that's not the point.
So what? I'm assuming it's fallen off since.
Yeah, a little
it's
bit.
It's still under 6K the last time I checked today.
Oh, is it? Yeah. And it's under Nate's account, so I honestly have no idea how many we've sold. I haven't even been
Dude literally wrote the book on wholesale.
So I sold 50 through my affiliate link is what I'm showing.
That's lit.
Well, you also offered some good bonuses too, so I know that helped.
Yeah.
Wait, so can you see like the actual amount of sales on the Amazon?
On the
through Nate's,
use an affiliate account?
Nate's like KDP account, I think. Yeah, right, because it's published under it. It'd basically just be like you're selling any other product via FBA or something.
When do you think the first purchase from a Marshalls is going to be? Over under 2 years.
Hopefully it doesn't end up there.
Mario, I'm primarily investing my profits into upgrading my cart, so like the bananas just hop on right there specifically. And then I'm trying to take Princess Peach out to
upgrading to 200cc, something like that.
Right. Mario Luigi.
Stocks are good. They're low effort. Obviously, Corey's buying houses and stuff. So like whatever floats your boat. But yeah, like you use your business, turn the cash machine into something useful. Don't let it don't let it sit there.
Don't buy Lambos.
Has anyone noticed that authenticities have gotten a lot more of a headache to get over?
I haven't had any. Are they getting harder?
For me,
yeah, a little bit.
I get them all the time. But I mean, you just beat them. But like
yeah,
the nature of it.
Couple extra submissions these days.
Yeah, and it came out of nowhere. It's weird.
Dude, I remember in Q4 of 2021, I got an 148K deposit in one day. It was the richest I've ever felt. And then the next day, I was at my grandparents. I got like 6 inauthentics in one day. For whatever reason. It was like the perfect day after Christmas where people were like, fuck it, I'll return it or something like that. And I got a ton.
Pete said his VA is a demon. It's been easy for him to beat those lately.
Sweet, good.
Yeah, damn, I can't believe MSC's less than a month away. Yeah, that's fire.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's been over a year since we all linked up for the first time. Since I realized Corey was a power forward that can't even rim grade.
Yeah, man.
Vegas.
I was honestly
all I'm saying, Corey, I would have been the best like second option at a D3 college if I was your height, bro.
That's kind of what I was gunning for back in the day, but I'm just so slow, dude. Like I'm
how
slow.
Don't talk about yourself like that.
Jokic is come on. You ever seen Jokic lumber down a court?
Yeah.
Well, Jokic is also 6'11" or 7'1", whatever he is.
That helps.
Just got my first complaint. That's fine though. I mean, that means you're selling items. You're gonna get about
means you're doing enough
for every 1,500 to 2K orders, about ish.
How close can you yam, Corey?
I yam for the first time in 10th grade, easy.
Yeah, he was grabbing Raven lamp lines, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Coach Money.
That was the thing back in like high school warm-ups. It's like everybody was trying, like we had the whitest team ever. We had like 2 guys that could dunk maybe. It's like all the boys are trying to like, grab rim during the warm-up, whereas the opposing teams like actually throwing down like 360s in warm-ups. We just get killed.
Okay, very good question here. You guys think looking for website deals is the best product research method? Yes, once you already have experience, manual sourcing your favorite websites is the best way to find stuff. However, right now, you don't know your favorite websites. Most likely, you don't know your favorite suppliers. And doing Keep a Product Finder and storefront stalking is going to introduce you to those favorite suppliers. So that's what we recommend for now. Nah, Deke isn't bad. Pete, you better have been at least like a fringe starter in high school if you're gonna take Sadiq.
Pete, I could easily see Deke being better than you, Pete.
Yeah, Deke's good.
We all got to get some shots up before Miami. It sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, Deke could not stick me, but he can hold up offensively.
Hey, so somebody had a question. Somebody had a question a couple of minutes ago. I think it's a good one. So they said they're doing product research. They find a product that's selling about 3,000 units a month, but there's about 80 different variations. Do you guys avoid these type of products? So I'll answer for myself first. I actually like those kind of products because most people do avoid them, right? So for when my research method, when it comes to looking at variations, I look to see which variations are getting most of the reviews or most of the ratings, because logically, the variations that are getting the most reviews, the most ratings are going to be the ones that are selling the most. So does SellerAmp let you see that information, guys? Let you see like review count and rating count? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's a feature right there in SellerAmp where I can just filter by reviews or ratings. And the highest reviewed variation is typically the one that's selling the best.
You do A to A. So yeah, Garrett has some good content on A to A, and yeah, my boy Sal is great too. We're having Sal on the buy box.
Friday's an epic pod day.
That's Spizak, right?
Yeah, back to back.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I've got Nick. I just interviewed Nick for mine. I think that's going to be this week's episode. So yeah, Nick's a really good, just like interviewer in general, dude, like concise.
He's still in the corporate world. He has to be.
Yeah. You can tell he's a beast. He's awesome.
Dude, I remember
having to talk his way through meetings during the day and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
You got to be able to say circle back like 6 times every day. Like,
yeah, we'll touch base, circle back.
For my last email.
I remember Nick inquired about my coaching like a year ago, and I talked to him on the phone. Like I saw his thing, and he was like, I don't know. And I was like, bro, just trust me. Give me 6 months. And like it worked like incredibly well. Co-host. Yeah, of course. Do you guys look at the amount sold 30 days on Keepa? Not a huge fan of that. It's not going to hurt, but the Keepa chart's going to be a much better indicator of velocity.
Yeah, a lot of those are like glitches. So like, look, if you can see like 1-by-1 sales, then yeah, but don't trust the day they had 500 in stock and the next they had 1. That's they probably didn't just nuke their inventory.
That number they're pulling, like Keepa has it in a couple of different places. They've got it in the data section, and then there's another section right under the Keepa graph. And that number is coming from Amazon, and they're just guessing. They should know how many they're selling, but it's not accurate.
Well, they have it at the top of the page too now.
Yeah,
like under the product title.
Yeah, it's just a guess. It seems.
I do think there's some validity though when there's a number that doesn't show up. Like in their eyes, it's less than 50. Because like the threshold starts at 50. I think it's like 50 and then every 100
50
after
plus,
that. Yeah, something like that. So as like a general rough rule of thumb in terms of like variations, I think that helps like for sure.
Okay, this is a good question from Mario. We got 2 Marios in here. One fictional character on a quest to destroy browser, and one I think legit Mario here. Do you guys have replenishables in your arsenal, or are you guys constantly looking for new products? So all of us have products that we repurchase. Specifically on the OA side of things, some products aren't always good though. They might only be good the 1 or 2 times a month when the website has a 15% off sale, right? But the key is that over the long term, you utilize the SellerAmp spreadsheets filter to build an awesome database of leads. You have an almost good, you have an out of stock spreadsheet, you have a couple spreadsheets for your favorite websites and Amazon,
yeah,
right? And then you get to see the compounding effect of items coming back into stock, items going up in price and now becoming good, right? Items being cheaper on a website because it's a holiday, President's Day right now, and now some of those SKUs become good, right? And such. So yeah. I mean, you're like very quickly you'll have that, Mario, especially right now with President's Day. Like if a product's good today, it's probably going to be good during Easter too.
Yeah,
I think the most important thing though is as a beginner just to eliminate the word replenishable from your vocabulary, right? So many people over obsess about finding the best product, a product that I can replenish for the next 6 months, when in reality they should just be finding profit, right? Because then profit ultimately turns into replenishable when the opportunity repeats itself, right? You validate 5 units. Okay, well, that sold out. Now you buy 15. Okay, well, that sold out. Well, now you buy 50. Okay, well, that sold out. If the market remains the same, then again, slowly but surely, that product will then start to qualify itself as sort of that like replenishable in nature product. But I think replenishable is just like a buzzword that's overused. Just find profit, especially if you're in your first couple months. And then over time, products will kind of weed and filter themselves out and kind of categorize themselves into like different buckets.
Yeah, the best ones will not be replenishable all the time either. If it's sitting there just waiting to be profitable, it's not going to stay that way.
What's the farthest back you've gone into your leads to find something that you then buy again?
I literally week
question.
one,
Yeah.
Garrett and I had this Dick's Sporting Goods item. We would literally not even buy. We would just list from their store and then pick up when they sold. That's still good with the same coupon, like almost 1,000 days, or actually, yeah, over 1,000 days later, actually. And it's gonna stay good for a
Nice.
while because it's so confusing. There's multiple listings on Amazon. You need a coupon to make it good, and that's what protects it literally years later.
I would
Yeah.
just do curbside every third day. So I would let the sales accumulate over 2 or 3 days, then do like pick up the orders for the past week or past couple of days.
Nice.
Sounds.
I've got
risky.
I've got one that's 8 years old.
Oh, that's
There you go.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, you've probably seen inflation in real time. Sounds risky to me. Peyton, you live in Delaware. I was picking them up from the Christiana Mall Dick's Sporting Goods. You can go do the same thing today. And
I
ironically,
think
he might have been referencing something else.
yeah, I think he's talking about using a HELOC for inventory. Please do not do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
not-
Don't do that. That's
Yeah,
Do
Oh my
not
God.
take a home equity line of credit out
Yeah.
because if something happens
Oh.
and then you lose your house and then you're like, oh, Miles and Garrett and Warner told me to go ahead and do this.
No,
Like,
I was actually only Chris. Chris specifically told you to take a HELOC.
Yeah, Corey
Yeah.
was the one that was like, Corey was the one that was all
I'm just
Corey.
like, dude, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Also,
so Corey,
Garrett, are we
living
sitting in the
this?
same room right now? Look at the
What
background.
do you say, Miles?
I got mine because of you. I
No,
thought it
look,
looked
like,
cool.
look, it's literally like perfectly lined up.
Yeah,
Miles,
Corey,
what'd you
what
say?
are you doing with the new crib?
Oh, it's just primary residence. I mean, I've been renting for the last 2 years, so
Did you get an
Looking-
FHA?
no, I'm putting 20% down.
Wow.
Big body.
Good man.
Yeah, and if you got a HELOC, you probably got real responsibilities too,
Yeah.
right? So like you
probably got a kid or at least like a wife. Like
my 19-year-old
Yeah,
chat.
So Mario, we have talked about this in the past. Like, what threshold warrants an ASIN tattoo on a non-disclosed area of your body? Chris, go ahead, Miles.
It's banned. It's very useless.
Oh, I was saying. I was gonna say, Chris, how much would you have to make on the single ASIN to get a tattoo on a non-disclosed area? We're talking like upper quad, like something that no one will see.
are we talking profit or how much in gross sales?
Profit.
Profit.
Chat profit.
It's such an interesting. I've asked so many people. this.
Yeah, like 5 to 10.
I do it. I do it on the quad at $500,000.
Ooh,
I respect that. That's an
60
honest answer.
He's brought houseway. You need $60 to yat it on you.
$60. Sway's gonna
We
look
get
like
a lot of tattoos.
Sway's gonna walk around looking like the Dewey Decimal System, bro. Like
That doesn't even pay for the that doesn't even pay for the tattoo.
I'll pay if someone gets a seller amp tattoo. I'll pay for their next year of seller amp.
I'll pitch
That'd be
in
the
on
best
that.
marketing.
I will definitely pitch in
you
on
could
that.
That's
possibly
coming
have.
from Miles and Warren.
Yeah, if you want to get a seller amp tattoo, then hit the DMs. Let's talk.
200K. I feel like that's a pretty decent number.
How much monthly profit is good before going away full time? Completely dependent on your current income and expenses as a human being, right? You know, if you're a 19-year-old kid working at Wendy's, living at your parents' house, you should probably honestly quit now, just because like you'll be
Right.
so much more effective in that timing. However, if you have a family, expenses completely different story.
Based on the fact that's probably his kid in the photo, I would say
That's what
make
I'm
a little
thinking.
bit more
Exactly.
money.
I'm just making
Yeah.
an example. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Right there. So yeah, I probably, somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 20K a month, depending on kind of your burn rate, risk tolerance, how much you like doing this,
Yep.
When
Someone
I
just
started,
asked
I was
about-
able to do it for like $3,000 a month in profit, and I could quit my job. But like my kids eat that much food now, I could never.
There's so many different variables: where you live, how much you're spending, lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, like my default option to like the 25-year-old medical student that hates his life is just go move to Mexico now. Like you'll figure it out. Like you just go move to Mexico now. Like you got 3 years left of residency. They're paying you $2,500 a month. Like just go to Mexico now.
Speaking
of going
of a
to
viable
Mexico,
investment,
actually almost
it's
down
true.
there
It's
now.
true. Yeah. So, Miles, how much do you think we got in the marketing budget for a Celerant face tattoo for Peyton?
Oh, crazy. The golden hour hit too. Yeah, I don't know.
Could I get a neck tat? Can I get it on my neck?
That'd be
But
legendary.
You also have to cover insurance. Yeah, but insurance, like just make, you know what I mean? Like it's expensive, but so is everything else, you know? Like
Manu too. So I know Manu's situation. So for you, dude, I would also want to have an emergency fund set aside as well, like for the business. So if you're aiming to have 15K profit per month coming in for you to feel comfortable leaving your job, I'd say 15K profit per month coming in, and let's say 6 months of operating expenses in a savings account on the sidelines, just in case you need it, right? Because again, God forbid this happens, but worst case scenario, you leave your job, you're doing Amazon full time, and then you get suspended or something happens. Then at the very least, you're going to have 6 months runway to work with.
Yeah.
It also depends on the model, right? If it's wholesale and you're buying and everything's coming from, you could be making 15, 20K, but every dollar of that's coming from one supplier. What happens if something happens to that supplier? What if they change their price structure? What if they say, oh, we're slimming down our supply chain, we're not dealing with you anymore, right? It also kind of depends on like how diversified you are. Are
That's
you
so
going
true,
doing
yeah.
RA with a bunch of geographically advantageous places, right? Or do you have a wholesale network where you're buying from 8 different places? It heavily depends on like how diversified your model is, where you're getting products. Are you relying on a lot of chance for your acquisitions and that sort of thing?
and how quality the boys are. Is it difficult to find beauty suppliers doing wholesale? I mean, it's
No.
hard to do anything. It's very hard to work a job for 40 years. Like if you cold call, 200 of them tomorrow. Now Miles got, I'm going to kick Garrett.
That's a Money Monday first. Miles gets kicked from his own stream.
No, I had to take that. Because I'm getting ready to go hoop. So I had to get the thing off. So boys, do we think there's already people waiting?
At the court, probably. What time is it? Oh, the normies are done.
At 5:40 for sure.
The normies are.
But
Brickell YMCA.
See, this is when.
Whoa.
He just doxed you, bro.
As if it's a secret.
Crazy.
Actually not. But yeah.
As if it's a secret.
Actually,
this
no. But,
is when all the ties come off, the headphones go on, the slides come out, all the boys are getting hyped up for the post work runs.
If anything, they've been waiting there for an hour since like 4:45.
No. Well, it depends because some Mondays it's in the summer it's packed, but the last Monday I had the ball in my hands a lot. I was the only guard on my squad. I was getting money, which is very rare.
Corey, do you want to
It's President's Day. All the normies.
Corey, would you like to
didn't have
read
work
off
today?
All right, yeah, all right. I got to get out of here then. Do you guys want to keep it going, or do we want to close up shop here now?
just
We
go
can
get
probably-
George. Go
probably-
get George real quick.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
need
let's
the
see.
George.
Yeah,
We
go
need
get George.
Yeah, Michael,
And then-
include sales tax on your salary calculator.
And then Corey has to read all of our home addresses on live stream before we wrap up.
My home address.
Corey, just
Mine.
write Miles's apartment number.
Yeah, on the whiteboard.
No, houseway. This is a very important lesson. You walk into the gym, the people with all the gear get destroyed by the people who
It's the
just
same
don't-
as Amazon. It's the same as
Same
Amazon.
exact thing
Same
as
as
Amazon.
Amazon.
Exact same thing. Yeah.
There's a
You
lesson
got
in
19
there.
softwares and 17 spreadsheets. You're losing to the
You
kid.
just get
with
obliterated
people
by the
selling
dude
around.
who's not
Yep.
homies on Twitter. You just
Yep.
get obliterated by them. Damn, the golden hour may be best of all time. Bro. Maybe best of all time right now.
We need the ceremonial George drop.
All right, let's see it, Corey. Let's see it.
All right, that's awesome. Kick this chair out of the way.
Hell yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
your camera.
Peter just entered the chat.
Wednesday night, free training going down. Make sure you guys get registered for that. And really appreciate it. Good vibes. Our 2 most attended Money Mondays the past 2 Mondays. So y'all keep up the good work. Our DMs are always open if you guys got questions, and we'll see you guys.
Any tips on time management, man? If it's important, just make time. If it's important, you'll find a way to do it.
Business always comes. Why does business come last after 9 to 5?
I assume family.
And family.
Well, he
Yeah.
said
Oh, no,
and
no, I'm not
Family.
questioning the family. I'm not
Miles,
questioning.
like, fuck your family. You got to work.
Mario, DM me on Twitter, man. I'm much better on Twitter than Instagram.
Yeah,
Sweet.
All right, see you
We'll
guys.
guys there. Free training going now. Drop out of college. I think that's probably a horrible idea, but you gotta. We'll talk about that tomorrow.